Every Chief of Naval Staff contributes to the Navy, and he makes history for the Navy. Each chief leaves behind a legacy. So I was very lucky that 1976 to 79, Admiral Cursetji was the Chief of Naval Staff. At that time, I did not serve him personally, but of course we met the Chief of Naval Staff. But 8 years before that, or 7 years before that, he was commanding INS Angre, called Combrax, a very important post. I was supposed to go to Russia for the Petya class, and I was put as his secretary. You know, as a secretary, you get very close to the chief. He was a hydrographer. His handwriting and his English was impeccable. It was so impeccable that every draft that I put to him came back with red lines and complete change. So I must say, he was a very mild-mannered, as Parsis generally are, but he was very particular about discipline. If I was ever late, even by 5 minutes, the look that he gave me to say that I have come before you, I think that held him in great stead. He commanded INS Delhi, I think he commanded Vikrant. I did not serve him during that period. But I can say that when I served him in Angre, the discipline in Angre was amazing. He started a museum in Angre and put me in charge of the museum, which today has helped me to make another museum. He brought old chairs from Kabadi Bazaar. He brought memories from else. And as a secretary, you're supposed to do a jack of all trades. I got to know the family very well. They were very courteous. On a personal note, I wanted not to go to Russia. So I drafted a letter that I wished to be exchanged with another officer, and I gave the letter to him. I will never forget what he did. He picked up the letter and said to me, "Young man, if you go to Russia, this girl you're planning to marry will marry somebody else?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Why don't you put it down? Naval headquarters will consider it with some compassion." He made that letter. So all I can say is discipline, integrity, and he was always perfectly dressed. You see, he had a very thin physique, and he carried a baton. Those days, I think chiefs carried a baton in their thing. So a chief who gave to the Indian Navy great politeness, courtesies, dinner functions, and the discipline of time. And though he was a hydrographer, he began to become an operational captain and contributed much in those 3 years. And Admiral Cursetji will be remembered for those qualities, and each chief leaves a different quality.